One of the most interesting places here is Something Natural, and it's a place where everybody has sandwiches, they make natural food, really great stuff, and it's always extremely busy. And I met Dan, the owner, and turns out this guy has an electric car. Let's take a look at it. There he is, the only electric car in Nantucket, and it's a rebuilt Ford. It's electric. We're going to take a drive about it, and let's see how it does. But this island is non-electric, but he has one. So it's always difficult to get in and out of Something Natural because it's so busy. Hey Matt, when did you start this? When did you start Something Natural?
Well, I'm the second owner. I was, and this is my 32nd summer. It's the 32nd summer of doing this.
So how did you? Yeah, 32 years ago, Nantucket was a complete different place, I guess.
Oh, completely different. Yeah, we built more houses in the last 30 years than we did in the first 300. It's been, it's been a building boom.
All the money floating in. I mean, it is the place where the top 1% basically has their vacation.
No, I'm driving you through some of it right now.
Yeah, well, this is where I live actually. We come to, on the left, at a certain point we have Tommy Hilfiger. Yep. Are there any other people which I should know about?
Well, the Googles are down the corner.
The Googles, yeah. That's Eric Schmidt.
Eric Schmidt
has
Wendy are right there. And
who?
Well, Wendy and Eric Schmidt are there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's others. I don't know. I can't keep them all straight.
You can't keep it all straight.
Yeah, you're right. You're the next one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so now we're driving in your electric truck, and see. Yeah, it is a rebuilt. It's an original Ford truck.
It's a Ford Transit Connect, and they did electric ones.
This is.
Oh, I missed you.
Yeah, you missed me.
I'll
But
go
that's
around.
fine.
I'll go around.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, no, they did these about, I don't know.
Okay, so here we have Tommy Hilfiger.
Yes.
It's actually Tommy Hilfiger wife because he's separating. He has good, fantastic blue screens, but the only one who has blue screens. Eh?
Yes, they're probably grandfathered. He probably had them prior to the HTC.
Yeah. If you have $1 billion, can you get your way in Nantucket? Can you?
Not with.
Can you forget about all the rules, or?
No, it's very difficult. You'll have to fight. You may get them, but you'll have a fight.
Yeah.
You have to get. If it's an HTC issue, you got to get past Linda Williams.
Yeah. And she doesn't respect billions.
Necessarily. No. Linda wants it right, and you do things. It has to be her idea, and you have to do it her way.
Is that the zoning commission, or what
no,
is that?
She's on the HTC. She's an elected official on our HTC.
Okay.
Yeah,
now this is my favorite.
If you send me a link, I'll send this to her.
Yeah, this is my favorite place. This is Step Beach. This is the entrance to Step Beach, and so we go here every day. So Linda is really the ruler of Nantucket if it comes to housing and zones and that kind of stuff.
Well, the HTC, the look of the outside of a house. She's been on the historic district for a long time, so those things like those shutters or the wrong color door, they would not be happy with you.
Oh, it's amazing. Everything in Nantucket all looks the same. Look at this. I mean, it's now yellow, but I mean it will be gray next year. All these things look the same. So I really love those blue windows from Tommy Hilfiger, but that's not normally allowed.
No, well, not anymore. No, or you could apply for it, and if it was, you might be able.
And if it's her idea, then
exactly.
If she thinks it's a good idea.
If Linda thinks it's a good idea, you'll be all set.
Okay, I have to. Hey, what about solar? Linda, can I ask you, Linda? I mean, we're going to a sustainable life, so solar cells are not. I cannot see them here in Nantucket. Is it allowed?
It is allowed. They made some rules that It's just starting to become popular. I have solar. Hot water on my house, and that's in the historic district. And I asked, and everyone said they wouldn't allow it, and they actually did. So this time of year in the summer, I have.
Here's my house. Yeah, that's the house. The teeny peeny. It's a house out of 1927, and it hasn't changed a bit.
That's my wife loves that one and the one next to it. There's the two old houses.
Yeah,
here.
the two old ladies.
The dogs around here. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, that's what we are. This is all new in this street now, where it's completely been sold.
It is.
Your car feels great.
Yeah, no, it's a great car. It really is. And I just think electric is perfect for Nantucket. All short trips, and it really makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So that's why isn't there? I mean, you are on the board here, or how is that called here?
I'm a member of the Board of Selectmen.
Yeah, the Board of Selectmen. So you basically are the political, the democratic political chosen board here. Why isn't there more on electric? I have never seen a charging pole. I don't see electric cars from the municipality. The police doesn't have them. I mean, why don't they pay more attention?
We're slowly getting there. We take a while to make a decision, and we're very individualistic. We're sort of, I think I'd say Nantucket is fairly conservative. So I think we're slowly getting there. We have an energy office, and they've done a lot of good work, trying to get the island, getting free light bulbs and changing people over and saving energy. They've done a lot of work. We have some charging stations. I'll take you down.
Oh, really?
I'll show you. There's one behind one of the town buildings.
My God, there's a charging station.
I know.
Here.
So I'm going to show you a charging station if you have time.
I'm going to see a point of Nantucket which I've never seen before. The innovative modern part.
Yeah. And they are starting to do photovoltaic on roofs. It's really there's one or two guys that do it now, and it's just starting to become popular.
This is the street actually where Eric Smith lives. I mean, his property and mine are very close. We're almost neighbors. But every time I knocked on his door, he's not there. But he's
Wendy's around a lot. You can see Wendy, his wife's around.
His wife around.
Yeah, she's around a lot.
Yeah, and he's been busy, right? The theater. He's been helping to build the theater.
Well, yeah, they set up what's it called? Remain, and they're doing stuff to help vitalize downtown. They're actually leading the charge on some of the electric stuff.
Okay.
Some of the energy office Remain funded that the first couple of years, so they've been helping do some of the things that we're talking about.
Okay. So they're a positive force here in Nantucket.
I think they are, yeah. Some people don't, but I think they're very positive force.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it depends if you like the direction where they're going. Are there any other people who are known Americans or known international people who are active locally, who do something to improve the island?
I think there's a fair number that, in sort of the energy.
Yeah, you have Jack Wells here. I mean, is he active?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think like the Land Council, Linda Holland, drove an electric car around for a while. We have a fair number of traditional hybrids. Like I think there's, some of the Remain people and a lot of the Islanders do those. So they look the same as the regular car. So a lot of mainly Fords. I would say mainly they're Ford Escapes, hybrids, that type of car.
Yeah, and that's really a horrible car. That is a rebuilt car. They put the trunk is filled with batteries. It's really not a good. This one, the batteries are underneath the chairs.
Yeah, they're underneath these back chairs.
Yeah, so that's good for driving because it makes it more stable. And that with Ford, that isn't the case. So, why is the West Coast and the East Coast so different? Do you know, Matt?
I'd say the taxation in the West Coast. I think they're just more progressive. Things move. Some of these type of ideas move from that direction to the east.
Yeah.
And so they are on sort of some of the demand management for cars and for parking, all that kind of stuff is started out there and works its way to us.
And that takes 5 years, at least,
or longer. Yeah, who knows? Maybe longer.
And in Nantucket it's another 5 years because
maybe longer.
Yeah.
So we're going through downtown now.
Yeah, this is downtown, and we even have the most amazing roads. That horrible piece of road which I hate as a biker.
Yeah, but
cobblestone.
Yeah, cobblestone.
Cobblestone road. We're gonna get that in a minute. This is the most fantastic place. This is the library where my kids are 7 and 9, and I go here every 3 times a week. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place, and they have fantastic programs for kids and a great garden. So this is my Nantucket life. And here you see the traffic and then the traffic. I met you at a traffic show. You discussed traffic in Nantucket, and how do you? I mean, this is gridlock. This is gridlock hour in Nantucket, right?
Nah, this isn't. We're past gridlock. Downtown is usually noon when the boats come in.
Okay.
This is tough, but right now on a sunny day, a lot of people are at the beach, so this is not too bad. We'll get through here in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
But there are times when it's going 5 miles can be 45 minutes. Some days, going from here to the town building out of town is.
You need to know how to drive. You don't go.
You look for the shortcuts.
You look for the shortcuts.
Or if it's nice, I ride my bike.
Yeah.
I rode to the meeting today, the traffic meeting. Because it was right around the corner. It's easier.
It's 3 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier.
Yeah. But I see so many people taking these big, huge SUVs. I mean, and then having 2 people in them, it's just like,
nah,
it's unbelievable. So you are you would like to limit the amount of cars on the island, right?
I tried to 15 years ago. I think I'm still about 15 years ahead of myself.
Yeah, it didn't sound like you had a lot of didn't sound like you had a lot of enthusiasm in the group.
Not in that. No, I didn't have a lot of support today. But I've passed town meeting twice. It's passed. You know, the public has voted for it twice.
Yeah.
But,
oh, really? The public voted for it?
You know, they voted for it twice. But then we get to the detail level, or it's, you know, I wasn't on the selectmen at the time, so they didn't send it to the state. I've gone to the state and told them we wanted to limit it, and everyone says it's not legal, and we've hired lawyers and proved that it is legal and we can do it.
Because there's other islands which do it, right?
There are, but some of them, like Mackinac or Catalina, they never really added cars. The only cars that so it's easier if you never did it. Then once you've given that right, you know, sort of that use to people, it's harder to take it away.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't propose to take it away. I just think it's...
No. Here, this is the cobblestone road, and this is the main road of the town. It's very beautiful, but with a bike, it's something else. But of course...
The cobblestones used to be from the top of Cliff Road all the way out to Union Street.
Oh,
the
really?
whole downtown was cobbled, and a little, probably in the 50s. I was born in 1960, but in the 50s they tarred it all over, and they wanted to tar Main Street. The island.
Really?
Year-round people wanted to tar Main Street because it would be faster and quieter.
Yeah.
And the off-island people, the summer people, fought them.
Oh, really? The off-island people.
The off-island, if it was up to the islanders, we would have very little. You know, we all love that we have the conservation now.
Yeah.
But that was summer people. Saving Main Street was summer people. You know, so it's.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
The conservation has been done by off-island people, not the islanders themselves. I thought that you guys were the ones who fought because I mean, all these rich people, they want to tear down these houses and put a nice house, a big, huge house on top of it, which they're going to use for 3 weeks a year. And for example, if we sell our house, the lot is worth 2 million, but the house is worth minus 50,000 because that's how much it is worth to break it down, and they will immediately put a nice new house on it with everything.
A huge house, and someone like me will take your house and I'll move it to land I have for my employees, and I'll have 4 or 5 kids living in it in the summer times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've done that with one from Westchester Street. I moved out for employee housing. It's a beautiful old house, same age.
Hey!
Oh, and we've got one plugged in.
I see it charging!
And a car.
And a car, a BMW! Whoa!
Look at that.
Where are we here? What is this?
This is one of the. This is a town building. It used to be the building department. Now it's finance department and a couple other people. Yeah.
Let's take a look. My God, Nantucket Electric City, an electric van, and then a smart, and then a BMW i3. 2-hour parking for electric vehicle. Do you have to pay here for charging?
These are free.
These are free.
Yeah, and there's a few others around. I think the airport has one. I think the school might have one. So there's a few more charging stations.
Okay, let's see. Now, I've never seen this model. This looks very interesting. It looks cute. Wonder how fast it is charging. So we looked it up. It's 60 amps at 220 volts, which means it's 11 kilowatt hours. That's about 120 kilometers an hour. So that's pretty good. It's interesting. They have electric. They have an electric plate. That's cute.
And this shows you the demand for parking downtown. This is, you can park all day here. This is the town lot, so you can see the demand.
Oh, really? And you don't have to pay here?
No paying here, no.
Oh, this is the only thing which is free in Nantucket. Nothing is free in Nantucket.
Well,
a sandwich is $10, but parking, there's this parking spot. No, that's
but it's a great sandwich for $10.
Oh, well, hey, something natural. We go there 3 times a week. Everybody who's in Nantucket should go to and does go to something natural. So you don't need any ambassadors, right?
I know that.
How has your business changed in these 32 years? I mean, I'm sure it wasn't as popular in those days.
No, it's slowly gotten busier every year. It's changed. It's not as the busy times are busier. So like the big weekends or the big days are busier. It used to be people came out for a month or a week, and they so you'd have pretty steady like business, and maybe Sunday was a little busier because the bake shop was closed. All the other days were the same. Now it spikes at every weekend. It spikes up. And it spikes like crazy in August. Yeah. And on the holidays. But
in Nantucket, a bread shop like this, a sandwich shop like that, makes you a millionaire, right?
It could, yeah. Yeah. Actually, I would say I'm not sure the sandwich shop makes me a millionaire. I think the property will make me a millionaire.
Oh, really? Because you can operate it and.
I've owned the property long enough that I'm land rich, cash poor. I have properties on Nantucket that have appreciated quite a bit.
Yeah. But I mean, the something natural shop itself, doesn't that also, is that a cash cow?
No, it does well. It does well. Yeah. But it's seasonal. We do a lot in 2 months. Yeah. This building is, my wife is going to move her yarn shop here. I'll give you the tour.
Okay, this is now being rebuilt?
Yeah, we're renovating that.
Okay.
That's going to be the yarn shop.
And what kind of shop?
She does like crafts and yarn and stuff.
Okay, great.
And that's going to be, I was showing that on when we turn up here. But that'll be open hopefully in a month or two.
And she's an artist or she's in sales? She's in sales.
She's an artist. She loves knitting and crafts, that type of thing.
And now she has her own store.
She's had it for about 4 or 5 years, and then she lost her lease, so we bought this, and she's going to move in here. And I kid around. I say if I wanted to make money, if I wanted to get up to the million you said I should.
Oh no, open more a millionaire is not a million here in Nantucket. A millionaire is really 10 million. I mean, then
you're talking.
Then you have something. I mean, it's just like.
If I wanted to make money, I'd have a sandwich shop there. But I want to stay married, so I have a yarn shop. It's gonna be the nicest yarn shop in the United States when she's done.
I would say that's a pretty good deal. Mrs. Finn, what was it?
Fee.
Mrs. Fee, that's a pretty good deal. So now I'm going to try it out myself. Well, this thing...
Yeah,
there we go. This is the Dutch windmill.
We're using the wind power.
Yeah, a very old thing. But this thing really, this is electric. I push the gas and it goes. And you don't hear anything. Why don't people do that more often? 50% of the cars in 10 years will be fully electric, I think. Having driven this now for a while, do you think you believe in this electric revolution when the costs are going down and the range is going up?
I think so. I'm sold. I think it's amazing. I think this car has been great for Nantucket. It's perfect.
Do you get any comments that you drive it? Do people see it?
Yeah, people see it. And every once in a while, people will come up. Usually at the shop, they'll see me plugging in. They'll come up and they'll go, "Is that all electric?
Yeah.
How does that work?" So I think it's a great thing.
Yeah. The East Coast is still quite behind.
Yeah,
So Matt, you work 2 months a year. You work really hard with all these tourists. I mean, you make your money. What do you do the rest of the time?
Well, we bake year round. We bake bread through the winter, to supply the stores, but at a lot lower level, of course.
1/10?
Yeah, maybe we do probably 400 loaves a day in the winter, and we probably do 1,500, 2,000 a day in the summer.
Yeah, so 5 times as much.
Yeah, 20%, something like that.
And so what else do you do?
Well, I'm a selectman. That takes up a lot of time, and and I try to ride my bike every day. So other than those 3 things, that's pretty much my life.
Yeah, and who drives this electric truck?
I do mostly.
Yeah, the employees are not allowed to drive it?
Yeah, only 1 or 2. Yeah, most of them would ding it up, would ruin it. So, and I don't want it ruined by a crash. I want to see how long the battery goes, how long it lasts. So this is a test for me in a way.
Well, thanks for the test drive, Matt. And I'm really happy that there is something happening electric here in Nantucket. I was getting disillusioned. Appreciate it.
Things are better than you thought. Not as good as they should be, but better than you thought.